Okay, so last time you guys went off and met a dragon and didn't get eaten by it, which is important.
When?
Even at the prompting of a slag from
And then you split up for a while, went off and did your own thing, and then you got a message from Megan. Sounded pretty desperate. She doesn't know what's going on. Asking you guys to come together at your pre-designated meet back up spot in Lake Town. Which, as a reminder, here's the layout of Lake Town and kind of like a reference image for the kind of little town it is.
Oh, picture.
Yeah. You'll all kind of come in from different directions. Dowroc and Bran will kind of come in from the north road, since you go north up to Dragon Valley, and Zack will come in by boat up the river into the lake itself. It's evening when you roll in, and the town's kind of going to sleep. There's a chill in the air as you kind of all converge on the town center. You notice droves of fishermen and carpenters and various workers returning to their homes. You're stopped, Dowroc, briefly by some visiting missionaries on a corner. They're volunteering to clean up and maintain the local Hall of the Dead and ask for a donation.
those mercenaries will notice that the Brent or that Dowroc is about the same size as Brim, riding on top of Igo with a newly minted saddle. So
Cool.
Wait, Dowroc is riding, or
yeah, he's
Bran
right.
is riding?
We're both riding. Dowroc just he cast reduced on himself.
Gotcha. Okay.
Could have just enlarged Igo.
That's not fun.
Dowroc will give them 17 gold.
The one who approached you thanks you for your contribution and wishes you a good trip into town.
Thank you.
The three of you will all come not at the same time to your designated meetup point. There's a tavern kind of in the middle of town between everything. And
A good old meet-up at the tavern.
Yep, meet up at the tavern.
Right.
So which of you is going to go sit in the corner ominously?
Lloyd's probably already there.
Lloyd would be the one that would sit in the corner.
Yeah, I kind of envisioned that Lloyd would already be here somehow, ahead of everybody else.
It's like, how the hell did you get here?
So as you enter, you notice there's a. It doesn't seem like there's any music being played by the establishment itself. They're kind of in between, like day activities and night activities right now. But you do notice what appears to be a traveler sitting in the corner, playing his lute, kind of adding to the atmosphere. And he's got like a dog with him or something maybe. A girl is sitting in the corner reading some books, but for the most part the place is pretty much dead except for the shadowy figure in the corner, in his black cloak, and Megan giving shit to the bartender.
What? No.
She, in fact, seems to not be in a very good mood at all.
What? No.
It's not really a good idea to upset the barbarian.
And Dowroc walks up in his 2'5" glory.
Yeah, why didn't you get the large guy? Little...
Because this is funnier. And then Bryn follows him as Bryn calls out, Aunt Megan.
She looks over and she sees Bryn and she smiles. And she kind of sees Dowroc out of the corner of her eye and does a double take. And like, has no idea what the hell's going on. But you can tell the anger leaves her, which is good because she was about to throw that guy across the room.
Yeah. Last thing we need, the bar fight.
Dowroc is gonna go up and get on like the stool, like stand on the lid, like the bar of that stool, and just order some elven wine to appease this guy and give him like a little bit more. A little bit more gold than what it should be. Or
fortunately, that's not that difficult because he has no idea what the hell's going on either.
Okay. Just for the roughness, and apologize for the roughness of his friend here.
He kind of gives her a side eye and says, "Unfortunately, she's been in town a few days long enough that I'm used to it by now."
Oh. I apologize. Yeah, you have to be used to it.
He does kind of imply offhand though that you guys should probably go sit at a table and not the bar because he doesn't really want to put up with you.
Yeah.
We'll gladly oblige, and we'll go get a table and invite Megan over to sit down.
All right, so she does, and looks around.
Dowroc noticed. When you say we, Jeremy, do you mean Zack or do you mean Lloyd?
Oh, Zack, sorry.
Okay.
I'm referring to Zack.
Megan looks around and she's like, "Where's the other one?"
Lloyd just kind of emerges from the shadow behind and walks up and sits down. I'm assuming you're referring to me.
Oh, yeah. Good, you're here.
Zack will talk again. And he'll say, Megan, we had the message from the Sending Stones. What seems to be going wrong? Where's Johan at?
So she sighs real big, and she said, "I don't know. We have been following signs of those people that Johan was interested in finding for a long time now, but I'm not even 100% sure what the state of that is. He kept saying that the more I knew, the more danger I'd be in, that it'd be better if it looked like I was just his hired escort or something." And
when's the last time you called him?
Just a couple days ago now. We had gone back and forth a few times, trying to either stay out of their or stay off their radar, so that they wouldn't come for us when we weren't ready, and trying to lure some of them out so we could question them. But none of that really worked out the way we wanted it to. Then we happened to bump into a couple of them in the woods near some old well, and on them we found a note. And Johan swore he overheard them talking before the fight about some seer that they had been enlisted to go see for their leader. Now he thinks the note was whatever the ramblings of that seer might have been. He studied it for days, and then all of a sudden he left. I don't know where he went.
Were you able to decipher anything from it?
You know, she
Did he share anything with you?
She swings her pack off her back and sets it down and rifles through it and pulls out that exact note. Make sure I give you the right one, because there's a translated one.
The tower that holds up the sky, power from the depths, food secrets, the magic people.
She says, I tried to get him to at least tell me about this. All those scratches are his writing, his notes. I don't know what any of them say.
Which scratching specifically? The words, or you mean like where he's marked out a couple things?
The markings, the weird markings.
Oh, okay. The markings are Johan's?
Yeah.
Okay. The lines with all the other lines. Okay.
Dowroc, roll insight.
Yeah.
Right.
9.
From
Very good.
From your brief time helping Johan research magic when he was trying to unlock his magical initiate, you think you might recognize them as druidic symbols from some of his notes that you saw, but you can't be sure. But it does sound like that would be a pretty solid language to write notes in if you didn't want anybody to know what they were. Now I want both of you, or you can have for all of your characters, or you can have somebody help somebody else roll history.
Well, who's got the? Zack is not. He's only got a +1 in history, so
+9.
Who? Dowroc?
Yeah.
Well, Dowroc's going to be our history guy then, because both Lloyd and Zack only have a +1 in history. So Zack will do guidance, Lloyd will do help action.
Okay. 17.
Okay, so Dowroc, what you are sure that you recognize, though, is the 4 sentences at the top. You recognize those as the titles of 4 old children's books on history. Kind of history of the world, but told through story. In specifically, you recognize them as the specific titles used in the first editions of some old collected works.
Like children's books,
Yeah.
or like beginner books.
Think of it as like when the era changed last. The government of Byzantia thought these books are important enough that we're going to collect them into larger books and then keep them in the official kingdom libraries.
So Dowroc, do you? I don't know if he's saying this out loud. So, but if you are, I'll say, is it collected works from multiple different authors or contributors, or is it one person that's kind of making the books? Is it one author across all 3?
You would know that nobody is really sure who wrote them at this point. It could be one author or many, because the storytelling style does vary from story to story. Authors can vary their style, so you're not really sure.
I'll ask Megan, did Johan try to reach out to Trevor by chance, just because we know that he's the most history and magic library and everything? Do you know if he reached out to him?
He wrote to him a few times, but he seemed to ignore every message we sent his way. And the more messages we sent, the more likely it would be that someone that we were looking for would figure out what we were doing.
No, you're right.
It's so frustrating. When he said he didn't want to tell me more than I needed to know, I said yes, obviously, because I trust him. I wish I'd pushed more lately. He seemed more and more like almost a scared animal. He even took up nervous hobbies. He's been scribbling in his notebook more and more, and keeping a journal, and even carving little wooden statuettes.
Do you have the journal, or did he take that with him?
I don't know where his journal is. He might have hid it somewhere. We had even before he left, we had made it seem as if we had split up. He had been staying out in the wooded area outside of town, and I was sleeping in the inn, not here, but a few towns over.
I'll ask Dowroc, or I guess technically you, John, but through Dowroc. Do you know anything about these 4 stories? Are they about anything specific, or is it like the tower that holds up the sky could be, it could be Trevor's tower, it could be a different, type of thing. Power of the Depths sounds like it's water, woods. Deep Secrets could be a number of things, but do you know anything about any of the books, or that they're just children books?
Dowroc, roll history again.
Actually, I was actually gonna ask Megan. It's like, where were you before you got? Where were does any of these 4 ring a bell to where you guys were heading before you guys got separated?
She looks at the note and she says, I think maybe I've heard some of these stories before, but none of them really rang any kind of bells except, I don't know, I think I might know that first one. I can't remember what it's about, though.
Yeah.
Now, out of character question, I forget, did we discuss the tower to the north? I think I actually know. I don't think it's non-character. I don't think it's the Trevor's tower, obviously. I think it's the one tower, but I forget if we as characters had discussed the tower yet.
I don't know. You guys might like the pillars of the world are weird things. Nobody really knows what they are anymore. But people would have talked about them, so it's possible you guys could have mentioned them in passing. And let's go over real quick. Generally, where which ones your characters might kind of know about.
Okay.
If you look at where do I have it? Hold on. Yeah, here we go. If you look at this map here of the northern continent, in the northern half of the continent, you'll see in kind of the bottom left the Sky Tower.
Yeah.
Nobody really messes with that place anymore because it's incredibly unsettling to go there. You just feel put off by the place. But anybody who has been sailing around the coast recently would definitely have at least seen it in the last couple weeks.
Okay.
The piers were,
huh?
It just normally it's just not there, and then it usually disappears.
Oh no, it's always there. It's just it's a completely empty tower. You go in and there's not even floors or anything. It's just a big open tower, and you just want to leave as fast as possible.
Okay.
And if any of you are going to know anything about it and might catch that it could be referenced here, it would be Zack.
Yeah, I would bring up to the tower that holds up the sky. I would mention that the tower, do we know it by the name of Sky Tower, or do we just know it as a giant tower that's in a...
Yeah, you would.
That's on
if you have been in the area, then you would have known it as the Sky Tower, because people would tell you, would warn you, hey, stay away from the Sky Tower.
Okay, then yeah, I'll definitely relay that to the group that they're during the travels. I have seen the Sky Tower that could be referencing that tower specifically. Megan, you said that one sounds kind of familiar. What do you remember about that one?
Nothing specific. It's more I feel like I should know about it. And what did Dowroc roll on his last? Oh, that's a lot. That's good. Okay.
Yeah.
So Dowroc will recall kind of he kind of reads over the titles again, and will recall that the first one is about an old tower that was a road to somewhere else, somewhere above the clouds. That the power from the depth was about something to do with the ocean and maybe a city beneath it. That when you read the Deep Secrets, it reminds him of a story about a magical underground maze, and that the magical woods could be
Johan's
an old story about a forest that sort of shares space with the Feywilds. And yeah, you would think that could be a reference to Johan's homeland.
Simon taking notes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you also recall that it's been years at this point, and your memory of it wouldn't be great. But you do remember seeing one of the first editions before, and
I was going to ask. Yeah.
The specific text in that was different from the more common edition.
Do we remember where we saw the first edition text last?
It was on loan from one of Byzantia's hold capitals. He saw it back when he was back at home.
Johan did.
No, Dowroc did.
No, Dowroc.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dowroc.
Yeah.
It'd probably be the Kingdom of Corwin.
So which book?
It does not matter.
That's like I'm assuming they made it in like a anthology.
You would have seen the first edition would be part of an anthology. The other one you read was something copied from that. It was it was more on its own. But if these titles are specifically of first editions, then it should be that first edition anthology that you seek out.
Well, we can see if there's like I'm not sure how, like in this town, like see if there's like a bookshop that sells the common copy and at least get like a base of.
Well, we'll ask, Zack will ask Megan, I assume Johan has compared the base editions versus the first editions. Did he notice, or how much different did he notice, or, is it worth looking at the base edition?
She said, I don't know. He has been researching some books lately. I would only know because I saw them once when I was visiting his camp. But I can't be sure what he found, though. I think he must have been frustrated because he kept crossing out notes that he had written on the paper. I think he had reached some kind of dead end.
And Dowroc, you said these look some druid-like language, like a coded almost message.
Well, like when he's writing in his notebook, it would probably be just like his own handwriting to like on the. I would assume like he'd be on his reading his books, he'd like write like little notes on like the fringes or anything like that. I recognize the runes, but I can't translate them.
Yeah.
Did we? Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to ask, out of character, is this note like it looks where it's ripped at the bottom, so it says the to succeed, and then we just don't know what it says after?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Megan will say, I was so anxious to get you guys here. I can't believe I didn't think to look for his journal. If he left this behind, he could have left it too.
Where would be the best place to look for his journal at? His camp?
Yeah, it was. It would be about a day's walk from here, kind of up north, kind of in the middle of nowhere.
She says that Dowroc will grow to twice his size. Saying it.
You mean like his normal size, or just
back to his normal size?
Okay.
Abruptly, just.
She's
like I guess no.
Megan's kind of taken aback. I thought you were bigger. All right, so let me put the That is the wrong thing. We put the map of our like general area up too. So if you look at that,
Yeah. There we go.
you'll see Lake Town is.
Isn't-
I'll have Megan like pull out a map and scribble this down. So I'm gonna put a little X by Lake Town, and then Johan's camp was kind of a little ways up from there, and there's a little dot. Let me please work, please.
And sorry, just as a clarification, the note that you sent, is this a page out of Johan's thing? Like, this is all his handwriting, right?
No, the non-druidic is whatever the cultists that they were tracking wrote there themselves, based on what they got from a seer.
So the 4 book names, the 2 succeed was already there, and then Johan wrote all of the symbols, and then he marked off the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just making sure I have it.
If you look, there's a slight different color to the ink. Everything in like the gray black ink was there before that. Everything that's kind of more greenish is Johan's. If you look, the kind of blobbish dot there is kind of around where Johan's camp was. Megan didn't visit it a lot. She'll tell you this. She didn't visit it a lot because, like she mentioned, they were trying to, at that point, make it seem like they had gone their separate ways, like Johan had given up his search. And so Todd would have to lead her there and back. So
And he's with her, isn't he?
yeah, he's wandering around.
Okay.
In fact, let's say there that bard from before with a dog. Todd's over there hanging out with his dog.
Does any of us have animal speech or anything? I mean, Johan, I think, was our only one that could really speak to animals.
Does Megan have anything?
Don't have it.
No, she does
Yeah, I
not.
don't have anything.
It's not something.
I mean, yeah, Johan's like our, hey, go talk to the animals. So it's easier for him to go do it. But
Megan says, I can try to lead you to the same general area. Maybe Todd will take us the rest of the way once we get close.
I think that sounds like a good idea. I mean, we don't really have any other leads other than the 4 book titles, which I don't know if going to the tower or until we find the first editions, we can't really know where at least 2 out of the 4 are, or at least a direction to go. Because the deep secrets is the magical underground maze, but we don't really know where that is. The tower, the sky, we believe is the sky tower. Power from the depths is somewhere in the sea, maybe the sea tower. Maybe if it goes down deep enough, and then Magical Woods was Johan's, but that's a lot further south. So,
And remember, you guys, like you will have seen, or will know people who have seen the Sky Tower and the Sea Tower, but like, Johan's, wherever he came from was somewhere in the south near the woods, but you don't even know for sure how deep in the woods it was, and no one would have seen anything that's there.
well, the only crutch we have right now is potentially Todd. Todd at least came from Johan, so if we go to the forest, maybe Todd would be able to help us lead us to Johan's home. But yeah, first things first, I think we should head up to where Johan's camp is, see if maybe anything else is there, see if if his journal's there, if any other signs of where he might have gone. I guess I'll ask Megan, have you just been in Lake Town then the last few days while Johan separated and then he disappeared?
Yeah, I
have.
Waiting for you guys. She mentions if we can't find anything else at Johan's camp, I think maybe we could ask a bookseller. I don't even know for sure that Johan got the books he was studying from here, but I think maybe they might know where we could find the ones we're looking for.
It's worth a shot. Yeah, agreed.
All right. So, well, it's getting late, as mentioned before, but Megan does mention that the wagon and horses are stabled at the road out of town that kind of goes past the keep.
Oh, good. These are the horses that we used to have.
Yeah. So
back when. What were their names again? Didn't Johan name them?
God dang it, making me remember things. I have them noted on his page, I think. Hold on. I don't have it open right now.
Give me a sec.
I would say I remember them for sure because of one of the YouTube parts when John's like, or Nick's like, I kind of forgot about the horse. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot we had a horse and everything. Yeah, we had two of them.
Donald and Steve.
Donald and Steve.
Megan mentions that they're there, and she says, and depending on how much noise we're okay with making, we should be able to get to where I would start heading into the wooded area by midnight at the latest.
Well, I think that's a good plan.
All right.
So, does anybody have any last minute things before we wanted to head out? Do we want to check with the bookstore here before we leave, or do we want to go to the camp first and then come back and check?
Well, the bookstore would be closed at this point, so if you want to check the bookstore, you'd have to wait until tomorrow morning.
Okay, then yeah, we'll just travel up to his camp because we'll end up probably just coming back in to Lake Town anyway to at least decide the next course of action because it's not that far. So yeah, so we'll head out now.
All right. Making your way to the road up by the keep, you'll see in the image it goes through the keep, but you can also go around the wall and meet up with the road on the other side.
Okay.
Then you have to kind of ride around the exterior of the town and then up. The road's quiet. In fact, you get a little nervous that you're riding fast enough that you imagine the horse and wagon, the noise it's making, can be heard for miles.
So, just
before we head,
what?
I didn't know if you had any. Go ahead, Jim.
Well, no, I was just going to say, so when we got to the horse and carriage thing, before we head off to actually head north, Zack will, before he leaves Lake Town, he'll like give a whistle, and as that happens, you see an elk kind of come from the distance of the ships, and Zack ends up mounting the elk and rides separately from the horse and carriage, just right next to him. But
that's actually this is actually a perfect opportunity then to go over how your characters have changed since we saw them last.
Upon hearing that whistle and upon seeing elk, Dowroc is just like his jaws just like on open, and Bryn is like just flopping with excitement at this creature. And Dowroc says, "Oh, so this is what this was for," and he brings out his bag of holding and presents the saddle of the Cavalier to Zack.
Zack will accept graciously. Be like, "Oh, well, thank you, Dowroc."
Well,
it's like you almost knew.
Well, I'm assuming like in the Sending Stone, like Zack would have said, "Hey, can you possibly make a saddle?" So
yeah, he would have said something to the Sending Stone because at least everybody else was still talking. I know. Yeah.
And Bryn is just like hops onto Igo, and she's just like, She just says one word. Race.
I don't know if I go. I mean, maybe. I don't know if I would be able to beat an elk in a race.
There's 40
Unless
movement.
it gets hasted or something.
It's 40 movement speed.
I think the elk has 50. Let me look. Yeah, the elk has 50 speed. For changes of characters, obviously I'm not going to read, the whole big paragraphs that I put, but like, what are you just showing like a general physical update and then just a very brief of what we did?
Yes.
Or
imagine this as like, hey, you guys have been together again for a minute. The situation's calmed down enough now that you're really getting to look at each other, and now you're gonna. Yeah, I mean, you're riding alongside, but you're all kind of there together. You have a chance to talk about what you've been up to.
Okay. Well, Dowroc or Bren, would you like to go first, or?
Bryn, you notice that she has a cloak, and that she's a bit taller than she was. Seems a bit more confident. Not like the sheepish anymore. She seems more energetic, more just happy, I would guess.
As you guys are riding too, Todd comes with you. He hops up into the wagon. He's gonna kind of sleep next to Bryn.
Bryn will show like Megan, like she can summon like a neon green covered like knife out of thin air and show Megan.
Megan is very impressed.
Yeah, it was, me and Dad met a friend. We made a friend in Border Town. She showed me lots of things. I told her some things about like dreams I was having, and I could swear I could hear like voices even at nighttime, like up close. Like I could hear people saying things up close, but I couldn't hear it with my, like it was inside my head more than inside, like hearing with my ears. And then I found I could focus it if I tried while talking with a friend we made in Border Town.
What was the friend's name?
Simnadat.
Megan says, that sounds awesome.
Then just one day, well, Dowroc was in school. Well, Dad was in school, and we had he had a meeting in the off day, and then we were training. Like she was teaching me how to fight, and then it got a little bit rougher than usual, and then she disarmed me, and then I found out that I could just summon these when she disarmed me. So then Dad made this cloak for me. He said it should be easier for me to, if I'm in trouble, to be harder to find. So
Good.
Well, Dowroc is good at making magical items, so...
Megan's moving like she's controlling the wagon, but she'll kind of reach back and give Bryn kind of a gentle punch on the shoulder, and she's like, you're a tough kid, but staying hidden might be the only way for you to stay safe for a while.
that's what he said. That's what Dad said.
Speaking of Megan, you will notice that she is still carrying her big-ass Astral Avenger, as well as two other longswords and a crossbow.
You know, weapon collector.
But she is no longer wearing armor. In fact, she looks like she's really embraced her barbarian side more than anything else. Even cut her hair.
But it was nice, flowy hair.
Like, yeah, but it got in the way when I was fighting.
You could just ponytail it.
All right, who's next? Who wants to talk next?
Well, Dowroc, unless you want to go Zack or Lloyd.
Bobby, you can go. Yeah, that's fine.
Dowroc is probably... Brandon would... I don't know. Dowroc would probably be back in the carriage. Just because he doesn't have to... Can't catch up unless he casts another level spell and he doesn't want to do that. Dowroc is, like, his face is a bit slimmer. He has a helmet on, and that his hairstyle is made to not be, like, uncontrolled. Like, it's longer, but it's more in a braid now, so his helmet, he can fit his helmet better. His beard might be in, like, a ponytail, or, like, have some things that they're set up to keep it nicer looking. And he said that's the same reason to keep my beard kept getting in the way.
Megan will reach back.
But it's still as long.
Megan reaches back
as long as ever.
And high fives him.
Yeah. It's still long. It's still as long as ever, but it's just... He mentioned that I tried to cut it, it just regrew back in like a day and a half. It's a curse of the dwarves, I guess. You see that he has like a belt on to where he can, around his waist, where he can get into more like pouches and things like that to where the various things, and his arm is still the same. He has like a newer leather eye patch on.
And he's just been at the school the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he's been to Wizard Town, but that's like to catch up with Trevor and things like that, just to compare notes. And he gives us like a knowing nod to Lloyd.
All right, that actually brings us to Lloyd and his newly found Sasuke-ness.
Hey, I like to think of it more Hiei-esque than Sasuke.
In the second map, I just imagine him wearing like a flying suit.
So, Lloyd, you will notice that he does seem to dress a little less fancy than you last saw him, because he wore kind of a red cloak, asked out like a bright red cloak, but now he pretty much just wears straight black, and you notice that a katana, which is just a reflavored rapier, is at his side. He does say that, he's like, well, after we separated, I spent a few months trying to find Cyrus and make him pay for what he did, but unfortunately I couldn't seem to locate him, and the further away that I seemed to get, I was having troubles with my powers, and so I actually ended up going back to Wizard Town to speak with Trevor again. It seemed to not bother me the most while I was there when we were in the prison, and so I took over the first floor and the lobby area as the second in command. I was able to take that time to train to not be as reliant on magic as much, because it seemed the more I used magic, the more destructive, and he'll say that, with a obviously implication of everyone's going to think he just throws fireballs at everything, nature. But he says yes, so I was able to gain proficient in a weapon now more, so I'm adept in close range combat.
Megan will kind of look back at him and say teasingly that she, like, I always thought you'd end up in prison.
Wow.
Lloyd chooses not to respond to that. You can see that his hair's grown out a little bit, but he's still clean shaven, still just pretty much looks the exact same, except just slightly longer hair and less fancy clothes. Then you roll over to Zack. Zack, you notice that his hair has also grown out some. He's actually got a beard as well. He's not currently holding his weapon. Before the end of the whole prison arc and the dragons, you know that he can just kind of, banish it away, so he just doesn't readily keep it on him. He is wearing more pirate-like attire, and he'll say that he's like, I traveled to Lake Town after we separated to try to look for clues, but I thought maybe the best way, since everyone else was going to be on land, was to potentially travel by sea. So I actually met back up with Gadwin's crew and traveled the seas with him for a while and went through a couple different issues with them. Fought our fair share of monsters and felt like I got a little bit more powerful along the way. And Gadwin, funny enough, actually got hurt in one of our last missions, and for the time being, I'm actually the captain of the crew at the moment. He healed back up, but he seems to refuse to let me give it back to him. He wants to win it back, and thankfully it's keeping us both on our toes. So, and then this guy, and as he passed the help, I had met this guy during one of our travels, and this is Nen, N-E-N, which is Elvish for water. Now we are pretty much inseparable.
It's actually a DM question for you guys. Do any of you read or speak Elvish?
I don't think. Funny enough, I like all the stuff that I'm saying. Oh, it's in Elvish. No, Zack can't speak Elvish.
Hey, well, Bryn does? Okay.
Yes.
Good. That's good. That actually fits pretty well with the world. A lot of people would know bits and pieces of Elvish, but the full language has kind of been lost to time and kind of been assimilated into the dialects of different areas. So, like, you'll hear people mixing in Elvish words or words with Elvish roots into their regular speech. But it would be very rare to find somebody these days who can speak or read it fluent.
But yeah, that's really all there is to say about Zack, I guess, for now.
Okay.
Bryn asked, what does Nen eat? Does Nen eat?
Oh, yeah, he eats. He's the same as, he usually favors more green things than anything else.
Bryn's like, you see her just like give a thoughtful like memorization, like looking at Nen.
I feel like this kid is always accumulating knowledge.
And then feeding like a pork rind to Todd.
Todd gives her gives her the you're my best friend forever look.
And then Nick just I forget if you'd seen the picture, but that's the picture of Nen. And John obviously knows it and drew it. So right, just so you see him.
I like that background. Pretty.
Give me like 3 minutes. I'll be right back.
Okie dokie.
But you need to know Bryn's languages.
Yes, that would be helpful to know.
Common, deep speech, Draconic, Dwarfish, and Elfish, and Thieves' King.
Interesting.
Yeah, she's really smart. And always and she always has, her feature is she has magical detection, where she can cast detect magic and detect poison and disease spells within this trait.
Cool. Okay, good.
Just letting you know that comes up. And she has alert. Oh no, that probably means nothing. She can't be surprised pretty much.
That would be helpful, especially if we get, especially if the group gets split up from Igo, because you can't be surprised either, and that would be kind of like our early warning system, you know?
It doesn't look like she has the meditation ability though, so she'll just do it. And alert is only when she's conscious. So when she's asleep, it doesn't affect anything.
Okay. Still useful. Alert's good. Like, people undervalue alert, I feel like. Okay. So, is there anything else you guys want to do or talk about on the way there?
Dowroc kind of high-five Zack for his beard.
I just imagined us meeting back up. It's like Infinity War, where he's like, "I see you copied my beard." I just feel like Dowroc does that.
If the bigger beard has the right of way or something like that. That one. I don't know.
No, nothing else. Nothing else unless somebody else wants to discuss stuff.
Dowroc is gonna ask how Orc Crosshair's doing. Like, did he?
Zack will kind of shake his head and chuckle a little bit. He's like, he's a handful. I mean, he's great, but he likes his drinks, and he definitely is the life of the party. He doesn't really go anywhere. So we've gotten into a couple of tavern fights because of him, but he's great.
You almost literally see Megan's ears perk up, and she looks, she's like, "Who is this?"
Oh, it's some guy.
I guess he wasn't. Yeah.
We were having a tournament, and I was fought him, and then, well, before the tournament we fought, and we placed a bet for this amulet, and I won barehanded against him. He's a half orc, or
Yeah, he's a half orc.
he's a half orc, and he likes to he has a giant hammer, and he likes to
He likes to hit things and drink. I mean, that's his big MO. But he's a very charismatic individual.
I gave him grape juice to celebrate after the.
Yeah, he was quite confused about that.
Megan will say that she would very much like to meet this person at some point.
Oh, absolutely. As soon as we get back to Lake Town.
Kind of cracks her knuckles a little bit.
But of course.
Alright, so assuming nothing else, as you guys ride on, you do come to a hill off to the side of the road. Hills off to the side of the road with some fairly dense trees and foliage as you move up. And Megan stops the wagon and hops down and kind of walks right up to the tree line and is looking off in the distance. She's like, "This is where I would always start." And I managed to find it once on my own, but I don't know that I can find it again. And she kind of looks at Todd, and he kind of looks at her like I don't know what you want.
We were banking this whole thing on you, Todd. Well, I will.
Do you have something that
I have something that might help.
you have something of Johan's that I could probably sniff?
Well, I am going to. Let me read. I haven't cast this yet, so let's see. So we're just at a spot, and we don't know exactly what direction to go yet. Is it pretty open in all the directions that we're seeing? Like, it's not like a forest, really, or just maybe a couple trees here and there?
It's not super dense yet. It's fairly open, but it definitely becomes denser, but it doesn't look like you have any trouble traveling through the trees.
All right. I am going to, or Zack is going to cast, and he says, well, sometimes you have to learn a couple of tricks when you're out on the water to help navigate better, and he casts Elevated Sight.
Ooh.
So it is you cast your eyes skyward, granting you sight from a higher vantage point. You project your vision up to 120 feet above you. It's an invisible sensor, and I can see 360 feet from that sensor. So like a bird's eye view almost.
All right. Well, let's see how much time this is going to save you then. Roll whichever is higher for you, perception or insight.
Okay. They're actually both the same, so I'm going to do insight. Oh, it was almost a crit, and then it was a 2. So, 7. And I can't guidance it either because
the bird's view is a concentration.
Hmm.
Elevated sight is concentration.
All right. Well, I'll let you guys hang out here for 5 or 10 minutes or so. You can look for a path, but you can take the time to try again if you want one more time.
I guess how long would it take to try again?
Let's say 5 minutes.
Okay.
Full advantage. Or does it bird? That's it can't be helped, right?
Wait, why couldn't it be helped?
Or
I mean, if nobody else can see up that high.
Oh yeah, it's only him. The thing is that not that it bothers me, but I have to cast it again because it's only a 1 minute duration, so I don't care if we want to wait and try it again.
Up to you.
All right, I'll wait. I'll do it one more time. Insight. There we go. 21.
All right, you. While the others are looking for what could be a path in like signs of travel by Megan last time she was here, maybe. You actually, before they can find anything, notice what looks like you can't 100% tell because it's kind of dark and Johan's good at his job, but you think you can maybe see almost like a net interwoven with leaves cast over the cast between some trees. It almost looks like the tree line is unbroken, but you think maybe it might be something that Johan put up there to disguise a clearing from above.
Well, I will definitely relay that information and say that we should head in that direction.
All right, please do that then.
I mean, I don't think anybody else has any. Does anybody else have anything? I mean, knowing Johan, do you think he set traps of any kind?
He might have.
How far distance-wise was this spot that I noticed?
You think it might take you, 15, 20 minutes to walk there?
Okay. Then, I mean, for now, yeah. I mean, we're just going to walk unless Dowroc or Bren or Megan want to do anything.
Megan will mention that it seemed like it took a little longer to get there when she would go, but Todd also kind of took her in a roundabout way.
Like he wasn't maybe 100% sure where to go, or just he maybe did it so that she wouldn't know really where it was.
It could be one of those things, yeah.
So yeah, I would say we're gonna keep walking until we get close enough to it that we might be able to at least see it with our eyes.
All right, as you start walking, as you start walking, who has good insight?
what time?
Passive or
Passive.
so Zack and Lloyd both have 15 passive.
Passive insight. Bryn has 15. Dowroc has 10.
Okay.
Bren's an insightful little girl.
As you start walking, Bryn kind of like tugs on your sleeve and points at Todd. He kind of wanders off of the path you were taking, kind of disappears into the tree line.
Guess we should. Well, he's not a normal dog, so I guess we should follow. Is that good? Good eye, Bryn, and then just kind of follow Todd from what Megan said. So
Yeah, we'll go with Todd then.
All right, so it does take a little longer than you would expect, based on what you saw, but he does kind of lead you back and forth amongst the trees for a while, and then you do come to a clearing with kind of a net cast over top of it.
Okay, so I recognize it as the one that I saw.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you don't...
Like I do wonder, like, maybe there's traps set up if you just walk straight to it.
Yeah, there definitely would have been.
There you go. Good job.
So as you arrive, there's no immediate signs of habitation, but you do notice some. They look like, especially Dowroc would be able to tell, like worked stones. Like they were definitely part of something at some point, kind of overgrown and partially buried. There were some kind of ruins here at some point, but now they've kind of been reclaimed by the forest. And where they're positioned, they would give decent shelter on like two sides of a square. So you could definitely imagine this being a place that Johan would set up camp.
Darkson could cast Detect Magic.
All right.
Just to make sure there's no anything else that's trapped around this area.
You don't detect anything.
Dowroc, I assume, is going to have our best investigation, right? Check-wise?
Yeah. And like one of you can help him too if you want.
Yeah. Zack will help.
Yeah.
Try to investigate. There we go.
Okie dokie. So Dowroc, you notice there is one area where it seems like some of the foliage has been kind of pushed to the side, and Megan confirms that was where Johan had rolled out his sleeping bag, and you notice that it's near a place where two of the stone pieces kind of intersect, and that there seems to be a gap between them that you almost didn't notice.
Dowroc will use his mech arm and just lift up the gap carefully.
Alright, inside you see a small, hide skin bound book.
Oh, looks like Dowroc found a journal.
Just pull it and disintegrate. And pull the journal out and just disintegrate it.
I mean, do you wanna snatch it up? You can. You are able to do that.
If there's can you see if there's any extra string or anything like that attached to this book that looks like
it's not booby trapped as well.
Like if I pull it out, it's not going to pull something else.
Let's see. Is it really just perception again? God, perception does everything. Investigation, maybe. Investigation would be good for this too. Roll investigation.
There goes crit. 29. Like a fine.
You do notice some thin wires running from the journal into kind of a carved out section of the nearby stone.
Dang it, Johan.
He's going to tell Bryn to stand back as he kind of runs his right hand to feel the strings and try to move them off of the journal first. Like if they're like a wrapping paper, like a wrapping paper almost. To move them off of the notebook.
Alright, out of curiosity, which hand is he using? Robo hand or regular hand?
He's using the regular hand to feel the strings.
He might have two robo hands at the end of it.
Yeah. He can't feel he can't feel anything with his mech hand. He can't feel.
As you get close,
I'm just acting like it's his mech hand can't feel definite things.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Thing. He's using his real hand to try to.
Okay. Let's see.
Dowroc, just remember, we'll miss you when you're gone.
Do you have thieves tools of any kind?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got his screw. You have your screwdriver, right? Can transform into thieves' tools.
Yeah.
All right, as you are feeling around in there, you notice that the little wires seem to be connected to something inside that little crevice. You can attempt to use thieves' tools to detach them from that mechanism if you want.
And then I have rank tool for the job and tool proficiency. So it will be that's magically out maybe do that. Commit to work here. Tool expertise. Also controller. Any proficiency bonus is double for any ability check. So it is Dex plus proficiency bonus. So it'll be Dex plus 8, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Would be 28.
All right, you do manage to disarm them, and as you get close to do so, you definitely smell something flammable in there.
Yep.
But nothing actually happens, and you're able to remove the book.
Good job, Dowroc.
Yeah.
Like Zack hits him on the back, like good job, and like he drops the book on the wire anyway. Clarification: that's not what's actually happening.
Yeah, okay. I'll believe you.
Dex. I'm not sure.
Dex saving
In that moment, Dowroc had enough Dex to completely not fall off.
Yeah,
down.
the book starts to drop. He like snatches it out of the air. All right. It is dark enough at this point that you guys will need to find a light source of some kind to read it, but you can read the book right now if you want.
Yeah, Zack will pop up a light ball in his hand
All right.
using the light cantrip, and we will gather around to read.
All right. You see.
See what we see.
It's loading. This.
Oh, that looks elvish.
That's because it
Sorry,
is.
that's me out of character because that looks like Lord of the Ring, like Tengwar and stuff.
Yeah, I just stole it. It's fine.
We'll be like, well, it would be really nice if we could speak Elvish. Oh, wait a minute. Did you say Bren could?
Yeah, she does.
Can she translate at least maybe a little bit of what it says, or can she just? I don't know if that's too much for her.
It's really up to the DM. I mean,
It will.
there's there's like 3 or 4 adults just like towering over her, like looking at this, and then she kind of like peeks in between them and says, "Oh, I can read. I can smell." And they're like looking kind of confused, like.
All right. Now, looking at it after she says that, she would note that like translation isn't like a one-to-one thing, right?
Yeah.
She would need to hang on to this and translate it over time.
Okay.
But she definitely can do it.
Okay. Would Megan want to do depending on what order, would we want to do the last entry, or do we want to start from the beginning?
I would say, as Zack talking, I would say I would just start at the beginning, just because
It's a very good
while
place to
yes,
start.
the end might be able to say something, it could start leading us into a place that maybe he already did stuff that, it'd be like, oh, hey, I looked at this book, or maybe in the first couple pages, maybe it'll be like locations of first editions if you found any. But that's my thoughts. But we can go in any direction anybody wants. I'm assuming, looking at this, now I can't read it, I'm assuming that each of these entries are going to be a different date. Because if you look at the top left of each one, it's almost like it's a new day entry that he's putting. So if we can get her to translate, well, at least the first couple pages. So if she can translate even just like the first line, just to see if it's a date or what it is, and we can kind of go from there. But really, it's up to her, because,
She's still very young, and I don't want us to be like, you will translate this. Like,
assuming she's cool with it. On the ride back, if she rolls well enough, you guys can translate the first entry.
okay. Then, as everyone sits in the back, Lloyd will instead have his light, so that way she can still read it. Just because Zack will be on them, so.
As we're returning through where we came from starting, I was just wondering, Dowroc's going to try to see. We're not going to need to come back here, I don't think. Like, if there's something else. Is this the only thing that was here?
Oh, you're like, yeah, when we looked around the camp, was there anything else there?
You don't see anything. You can do another pass over if you want.
We can do a quick one before we head out, just to be safe. So, Dowroc would be he's our Sherlock.
Well, I was just saying, like, detect magic too, just to see if the traps, like, are they natural traps or are they magical?
We did all the magic once, so Johan's.
Okay.
I feel like they'd be natural because you did it the one time, and you didn't do anything. So.
Forward.
Yeah, you don't notice anything else in the clearing itself.
Does Todd go to any place in particular at the camp when we first get there?
He kind of hovers around the area that Johan had set up his sleeping area, but otherwise not really.
Okay.
As you are moving away from the clearing, though, assuming Dowroc is keeping his eyes open, you do notice, like this time, now that you kind of know the path to get here, you do notice off the path is like you can notice a snare is set up.
Oh, the direction that we would have came.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And the walk back is uneventful. You make it back to the wagon, and as you are riding back, Bryn can roll, let's just say, flat intelligence to see if she can translate the first entry.
She's tired.
Does she not want to? Is that what you mean?
No, she rolled an 8. So.
Oh, sorry, I missed the roll.
She's tired.
Okay.
You can see her like nodding off.
Klaus, will you stop?
Klaus, I'm gonna read.
Klaus. Stop that. Stop
Maybe
swimming in
like
your bed, you weirdo.
White.
She can at least confirm that the first entry starts with a date, and it's about 6 months ago. So this journal seems to be covering the entire period that you guys were separated.
Okay. Well, yeah, we won't push her or anything like that. So we'll just head back to town and kind of go from there, providing that we don't, find anybody on the way back.
No, the street's pretty empty on the way back too. I mean, you're on you're like I mentioned, you're on like a hilly area, so you can see the town as you're riding back in.
Okay.
Kind of coming downhill because it kind of sits in between two hills that lead up to the lake,
Yeah.
So you get back. It's extremely late at this point. It like even like you might say early morning. So if you guys want to crash somewhere for a few hours before doing anything else, that would be reasonable.
Yeah, Zack recommends we all just kind of get at least a couple hours down, and then we can either meet up just, in the lobby or whatever inn, unless people have other places they want to go, or we can meet back up at the tavern.
Remember, you'd also talked about asking bookstore owners questions, so like you could pick one of those places to meet up to if you want. Klaus.
Oh, that's true. We could just meet at we'll just say we'll meet back at the bookstore in X amount of hours. Like, everyone kind of get a little rest, and then we'll go there.
All right. If you sleep for 3 hours, it'll be like between the 7:30 and 8.
Okay. That's fine. I mean, we didn't do anything strenuous, so I mean,
Yeah. All right.
do we want to let Bren? Does Bren need to rest a little longer? I don't know how she is, like, physically. Nick.
Oh, she's probably just from the trip. Just probably be like a 10-year-old, pretty much.
Well,
Just
well, that's what I mean. Like, do we want to leave her just kind of resting while we go to the bookstore, or just because I don't know how tired she's gonna be?
Igo can just stay, like, depending on how the innkeeper reacts. Igo can just keep in her room just to watch over her. She could get a little rest.
We'll leave her just at the inn still, just to kind of rest up some more. But yeah, Zack, Dowroc, and Lloyd and Megan will head to the bookstore. Well, providing that everyone actually meets up there, and no one like goes missing in the night.
No, you're good. You all managed to show up. Where is my note? Hold on a second. Oh, come on. I can't have lost it. I mean, I can have, obviously. I'm me, but I really hope I didn't. Alright, the bookstore owner has a name, but you don't remember what it is, because I can't freaking find where I wrote it down.
Okay, that's fair.
Unassuming guy, kind of heavy set. He's got points to his ears. Zack has been in this town more than anybody else, so you might have even seen him wandering around. Pretty jovial guy.
Zack would give him like a warm greeting, because yeah, you're right. I mean, he would have probably seen him in passing at the tavern or something like that at some point. He will approach him and inquire about any first editions that he might have. Just a general kind of question at first.
No, I don't have anything like that. Especially not in a little town like that. You won't really find anybody with those, except maybe a private collector might have one in their home.
Do you know of anyone that are in Lake Town by chance?
One of the houses near the keep, or maybe even the governor himself might have one, but I've never heard anybody talking about collecting books.
Do you get your books from outside, like a different town?
Usually, if I need to replenish my supply, I will buy off of traveling traders, or I will order from one of the larger towns. In fact, if you are looking for a first edition, the best place to look would be the castle library in one of the county capitals. Though
I'll give Dowroc a glance, I guess.
you could still ask around town first if since you're here, but that's where I would check first. In fact, because I know some of the castle lorekeepers can be a bit stingy. It might even be prudent to find one that owes you a favor, or that would be willing to trade access for some kind of service.
Do you know any of them that are around town that might be in need to like point us in the right direction?
Can't be sure. If it were me, I'd ask around myself in the richer district, and like I said, maybe at the governor's keep directly. Someone there might know more.
I'll thank him for his time, and unless anybody else has any questions for him, I assume we'll just head right back outside.
Did you give him the titles as written in the note? Did you like tell him what specifically you were looking for?
Oh no, I didn't say like the titles of them. I just asked about first editions in general.
Okay.
If he had the rewrite of the titles on hand,
He'll think it over and say, you know, I did until recently. I sold them all to a young man.
Well, Well, I ask, what did the young man look like, if you don't mind us asking?
I couldn't really tell. He kept his hood up the entire time, but looked like one of those woodland magic folk.
Hmm. Did he buy a copy of all four of them, or?
Yeah, and the other two. There's 6 in the series.
What are the names of the other two? Do you know?
He checks his records and he says, "Well, they're always collected in other works, so I don't have them off the top of my head. Sorry."
No, I appreciate it though. Zach will look at Megan and again and kind of like ask her. I know you guys didn't mention much, but did he ever mention the 2 other titles, or did he only mention these 4, or did he mention them at all?
You know, he
Yeah.
he didn't say anything about where I knew he was looking into them, but he didn't say anything about whether he had actually found them, and he didn't say anything about other titles at all.
I guess I'll look at Dowroc. Dowroc, you were able to recognize the 4 titles. Do you, by chance, off the top of your head, remember maybe if Corwood would have had the 2 other ones, or at least the names of them?
He can.
I don't even know if they're relevant necessarily, but
he can roll history.
if we're gonna history you to death, Dowroc.
Oh, no. 15?
You do definitely recall there being other similar stories in the old histories, but you can't recall anything specific about them.
Do out of character question on the notes, because I'm just looking at it. Is the 44? Does it look like 44, or does it look more like a drawing or a marking, not 44?
It definitely looks like it could be one of those things.
Okay.
Well, we appreciate your time and answering our questions.
He says, always happy to help. And he kind of there's a little copper bowl on his counter with some coins in it, and he kind of shakes it a little bit at you.
Zack will throw a couple coins in there. I'll throw like 5 gold in there.
He nods at you appreciatively.
So we'll note this. It's just like silver and copper coins, or the.
Yeah, but like, I mean, you guys are big time adventurers, so like, does it matter?
I was just curious because Nick thinking it's just like 5 gold. This I must be like freaking out.
Yeah, I mean, his eyes get a little wide for a second. Like he wondering where he's gonna take that 1 month vacation that he just imagined.
That he just got handed.
All right, now you guys have a couple choices from here. You can go right to the keep. You can ask around town first, because like, I mean, who knows if you'll be able to get audience at the keep right away anyway. You can also split up. Like some of you can ask around. But like, for example, if Dowroc wanted to go back and chill with Bryn for a while until she's rested up, she could try again to translate part of the journal.
I would say that the best action would be to kind of split, because it's not like we're really dealing with anything, combat-wise right now, so we should be fine to separate and save. So I think covering more ground would be the smarter choice. So yeah, Dowroc, I mean, you can do what you like, but you can either go...
He would go and see how she's doing.
All right.
And then try... And you said it was like... Are the lore keepers in town, or
the keep would have someone who would know a bit more of this kind of thing. There also might be some of the like more aristocratic types that might have something, but like the bookseller wasn't 100% sure either. He's just a dude.
He's just a guy with no name.
He has one. I just don't know what it was. It doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah.
jeez,
Name's Bookington.
Mr. Bookington the Third.
Yeah. He comes from a long line of Bookingtons.
That's when your last name is what your job is.
Now,
It's like, wow, man, you picked the right profession.
What would be really shocking if he was Bookington, the I don't know, professional carriage driver or something.
My name is Bookman. Man, you should have been a book guy.
I can't stand books. So many words.
Yeah.
I much prefer doing to reading. Now, unless there's anything specific you want to do, I'm just gonna describe a couple things.
No, I'm fine.
He's kind of not liking the idea of trying to use his name to gain favors, but
What, Dowroc?
yeah.
I mean, if that's the case, like, you can always wait until, like, I don't know, this afternoon when court's about to close and go there as a last resort. In the meantime, I guess Megan and Zack and Lloyd can go around and ask in the kind of richer area if anybody has any of the books.
Well, that's definitely what Zack and Lloyd are going to do. So
Yeah.
they're just going to kind of go around right now just while we're waiting.
Yeah, Megan will tag along with you then. Unfortunately, you ask around for hours. No one has anything.
No.
I'm just going to do for intelligence. That's better.
All right. In the meantime, though,
22 for intelligence for Dowroc guidance.
Meanwhile, thousands of miles away.
so afterwards, after you guys ask around for a while, when you meet back up, Bryn has translated the first entry to this.
Blackheart.
Trevor's bullshit realm. I'm glad that it's written that I can hear Johan talking. Like,
Bullshit room being the
prison.
being this necessary prison.
You know, they can't take me home with me. He already tried that. That's interesting.
Actually, Dowroc, Nick, do you want to read it since it's Bryn kind of reading it out to you guys?
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Megan and I have struck out to begin looking for clues of Blackheart's movements. I'm surprised. I know we were in Trevor's, this is a bad word, realm for 2 months. And she's like, bullshit? And then Dowroc's like, covered in
No.
But even before that, we haven't seen an indication of his cult in a long time. He's actively growing more secretive. If so, it must be because he plans to move soon and can't draw too much attention beforehand. I have to be quick. Be careful. He knows he can't make me take him home with me. He already tried that. He can't make...
Yeah, that's where I was like, that's interesting.
He also knows that I would rather run that let him leverage a friend against me. His first move would be to watch me and try to glean the secrets of the Wolfwood from my actions, because I don't know what information he really has. I can't risk giving him any more. That means I can't look for Marcus or send any kind of warning back home. The risk is too great.
Quick pause out of character. Do we know him yet? I know we do know him, but do we? I don't think we do, right? No, I don't think Johan mentioned him, but I could be wrong.
Roll history.
Okay. 14.
Somebody else roll history.
Well, plus a 4, so 18.
Okay. You don't recall specifically that name, but you do remember Johan mentioned at one point that he had a brother who actually left home before he did.
Okay.
Interesting. I also can't risk telling Megan anything at all about what we're doing. If I create a public air of separation between us, it will look like, to an observer, like she's just hireling or party me, and not someone I care so much about. And Brand's like, aw. Blackheart's cult is also unlikely to bother trying to take and question her if she clearly knows nothing of what I am searching for. Also, the more I tell her, the more I might let something dangerous slip out when I don't know who could be listening. She is strong and capable more than me, but if the cult thinks they can get anything out of her, she won't stand a chance against them. She isn't enchanted as I am against speaking the secrets of my tribe. At least I will tell her I don't intend to keep her in the loop, though. I hope she will understand this.
Yeah, the he knows he can't make me take him home with me is very interesting. I mean, is he referring to Blackheart? Does he know Blackheart already? Is he trying to coerce Johan to take him back to his hometown? But he already said he already tried that. So
Yeah, and that was the stipulation for the secrets. I would assume that if he can't talk about it, maybe it's for something that prevents him from taking others there too. Like he can't literally take someone else there.
well, then I wonder, the next line is, he also knows that I would rather run and let him leverage a friend against me. Is that referring to maybe somebody that's working with Blackheart, that's a friend of Johan's? Or is that maybe, like, it's somebody that Johan knows, part of Blackheart's cult, either by choice or not? We'll definitely need to, translate the rest of the book as soon as we can, so that way we can maybe get more insight. Now, knowing Johan, even though he wrote it in a different language, I would imagine he's probably, it probably won't spell out everything, just because on the off chance that somebody else were able to get a hold of his journal, he wouldn't want to list everything, but the more information we have, the better.
Interesting.
John's over there like, oh yeah, that line does, yeah.
This is fun. You guys are good at this.
Most likely she doesn't. He didn't want Megan to. Didn't want you to be caught up in this, to be used against you, be used against him when he can't literally he can't do anything. It'd just be you, as in Megan, would be hurt for no reason when he knows that Johan knows that he can't literally take him to where he wants to go. So it'd just be useless, pretty much a death that he couldn't do anything about.
You can see Megan is thinking real hard about all this. Like, to be clear, Megan's not stupid or anything, right? But, like,
Yeah.
you don't see her actually sit and have a think about things very often. And she'll say, I think he could have told me if he had wanted to. I think it's just maybe that no one can make him. That's why he had to lie. She doesn't seem particularly happy, though, and says he should have told me anyway. And then maybe we'd be able to find him.
You can't feel, Zack, you can't feel too bad about it, because, I mean, he didn't let anyone know about anything. None of us knew anything. I know he at least spent time with you following our separations, but he did it to protect you.
How are we supposed to...
I know that's gotta be frustrating.
Well, that's great, but how are we supposed to protect him now? If he didn't leave on his own, then somebody took him.
Well, knowing Johan for the amount of time that we've known him, kind of putting my hand toward Dowroc, Johan would have left breadcrumbs for us to follow to try to get to him. So whether or not he left on purpose, maybe he, once we, translate the entire journal, maybe we'll find out or find more clues along the way. Maybe he did something to try to infiltrate Blackheart, or maybe he discovered the location of him, or he's trying to lead him away of his hometown. I don't believe that Johan would have gotten captured, or if he did, like I said, I think he left us clues enough to find him, but he had to make it secreted enough that somebody couldn't just find it and find him easily. So don't worry, we will find him.
Alright, so... Klaus, stop. Please stop. Alright, so it is relatively late in the afternoon now. If you guys are going to head up to the Governor's Keep and ask around, this would be the time to do it.
I would say, yep. And Dowroc, you should take lead on this just because you're going to be more versed when it comes to dealing with these types of individuals than the other people here. Because, I mean, let's face it, Megan looks like a barbarian that's shirtless, or not shirtless, but, like no armor, like big buff, like... I can see her being a little intimidating. Zack's wearing, like, pirate-type gear. So I could see maybe you being the most diplomatic at the moment.
As Dowroc looks the most like a pirate.
You mean because you have a pirate patch and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, again, you're more diplomatic. Diplomatic than you would be.
Also,
yeah, we'll head there then.
Dowroc kind of sighs and takes out his the signet ring and puts it on his finger. It's pretty much a coat of arms for the royalty of Corwood.
And that's another primary thing. Is I know you don't want to, but it might be the fastest way to try to get the information we need.
And it's Johan, so he'll do it for Johan.
All right. Well, your group makes their way kind of up the winding road, up the hill to past the district that you were in before, to where the Governor's Keep is. It's walled off, but and doesn't smell as much like fish as the rest of the town. And there's some guards in the way, but they kind of ushered you past because, court is still open for the day. They do expect visitors. Once you get inside, though, you are questioned regarding your business.
He was seeking is it the head person or just someone separate from the head person?
You could tell them what you're looking for, and they could direct you to the right guy.
We're looking for some information regarding some old books.
The only one who might know about books is our court scribe. She's relatively new, but
Zack will ask if would we be able to meet with her, or
the guard, I guess. And yeah, sure. He kind of leads you into the main hall. You see the governor sitting at a table with a couple of his guys, and they're talking to some townspeople. But he kind of leads you off to the side into another room, and you can see there's some half-written papers sitting out, and a couple of rows of books on some shelves in the back, and then a kind of mid-20s young lady writing out what looks like maybe I don't know, like library code or something into a record. And he kind of gestures at her.
Well, before we start approaching, we'll ask the guy. What is may we ask her name?
She does have a name. Hold on a second.
That was always the air quote fun part of being the DM, is naming everybody.
Did I wrote these on? Did I write these on the same place and I just lost it? Hold on a second. Alright, screw this. I'm just gonna make up a new one. Her name is Nona Stewart. She took over when the last local scribe master retired a couple months back, and she's willing to answer any questions you guys might have.
Thank you. We'll approach Mrs. Stewart, or Miss Stewart.
Sorry, I'll say that out
Yeah.
loud. Miss Stewart?
Yes, go ahead.
Hi, we were told that you might be able to help us. We're actually looking for a specific set of first edition books. We didn't know if maybe you could assist us with that.
Possible. We only have a couple of old first editions here, but I might have records of where you could find the others, assuming that I have any of what you're looking for.
We'll provide her the list of the names of the 4 books, and then also inquire with her. Actually, out of character, should I stop asking what the other 2 titles are? Because I'm going to basically ask that to anybody. I don't know if they're important. That's why I'm going to keep asking.
You can ask. It won't. It's not going to amount to much.
Okay. All right. No, I won't keep. Okay. Then yeah, I'll provide her the list and ask if any of these are anything that she might have access to or know where.
As you're telling her the titles, she kind of writes them down. She looks at them for a second. She says, if I recall correctly, these are titles of individual stories in the old consolidated history of old Byzantia. I think there were a couple more in the same series, but these 4 specifically would be found over 4 books in that old series. Unfortunately, we don't have any of them here, but I do know that the King's Capital Library would have them, of course. But I'm fairly certain you could also find them in the Blackgate Library or in the Wizards Library in Valley Watch.
I'll thank her for the information. I guess I'll kind of look to the group and see if they have anything they want to add to.
Megan will kind of take you guys aside for a second and say, don't I remember you guys telling me once that you had done a quest in Valley Watch at some point?
Yes, we did. I mean, we did. Yes.
She says, well, so you guys, you would know the leadership there then.
We dealt with a couple of their leadership, yeah. So we might be able to get some information from there.
And she's
That's out of the 3 options. That might be our best one to try.
kind of overexcitedly. She's like, then that's where we should go next.
Okay.
And she just kind of walks out of the room.
All right. Well, I guess we have our heading.
All right. At this point, though, it is getting fairly late in the day again. The sun's kind of starting to go down. You detect a chill in the air, and you do as you're leaving. They are closing up court, so you got there just in time, and you have a decently sizable walk back to the center of town. So is there anything you guys want to discuss while you go to regroup and decide what to do next?
Dowroc would probably ask Lloyd, so how much time before I last saw you did you spend too much longer, or did you leave after I visited?
Are you talking about the prison?
Yeah.
I stayed in there until we got the message from the sending stones.
Okay.
I decided it helped harness my abilities while I was down there, so I just stayed down there as long as possible, which is where I probably would still be if Johan did not seem to find himself some trouble.
Well,
Zack will just kind of ask, I guess, Dowroc, general, kind of like a "how was your school" kind of thing.
well, it was all right. It was kind of overwhelming at first. Seeing seeing a lot of people that think like me and think differently than what I do. There are potion makers. There are people who work with suits of armor. It just bring up a new kind of light for me to think about.
Zach will kind of get like a suit armor. That sounds kind of like a mechanical suit almost that like you wear or you get in.
Yeah, like it forms around you. They weren't really complete when I was there. Like some students were using it for, like they were developing it. Bryn seemed a bit more interested in it than I did, but the Professor Ironforge, he's kind of character. He's a bit hard to deal with at first, especially with Bryn. He didn't really she seemed like he recognized that I knew, like the knowledge that I knew, but didn't recognize that Bryn was mostly there. But he still allowed her to learn. Seemed to the other teachers there kind of had that same feeling. I think that he's kind of less hard to deal with, unless he recognizes you as someone, as a learned person. But yeah, we met. I was actually able to teach some of Bryn's classes, mainly just what I knew from what I was taught, like some theories and things like that. And that's where we met. And I need to remember that name. I'm going to write it down.
Which one? The girl that organized?
Yeah, Timidath. She seemed. Bryn really liked her. She seemed interested in what we were learning. Like she's just a beginner, but it wasn't. I could tell that it wasn't her specialty. Like she was just trying to add something to her repertoire. But I don't think she seemed a bit harder at learning, and then just took her under my wing, and she just appeared one day at where I was staying, and I asked if I could tutor her, and that's how I met her, and got to know each other from there. Just give me some bad vibes sometimes, like this weird, like the way she looked at me sometimes was just kind of gave me like uncomfortable. Like she knew,
Like she was psychic or something? Like she knew stuff?
not in that way. It's just more of more like I knew her from somewhere. Like I couldn't shake the familiarity. But Bryn and her really liked, really headed it off, and she learned a lot from her. So she seemed nice. So
Good.
I went and visited Wizard Town. Now there's some the items I had made, and Dowroc will show like these little like crude, like what early grenades would look like.
Fun.
That's where I learned about Lloyd, what he was doing, and kind of like visited Lloyd and kind of turned me down there for the first time. So I just assumed he was either busy or.
Yeah, he's not too much of a people person.
Other than that, when we returned, spent my time mostly at the school.
Well, I'm glad that Bryn was able to find some place too then that was able to help kind of, I don't want to say accelerate her learning, but she seemed to be doing quite well.
Yeah, she was struggling a bit with what happened to her in the village, nightmares almost every night. Timidath was really the one to help her through that and develop and discover that she had different, like a unique power. So
Like a Power Ranger.
so, other than that, found out, just built when you sent the kind of request for a saddle. Had to look up all that. So Create that. Create some more more useful things, hopefully in the future. So,
Yeah, I appreciate you helping me out with that.
yeah.
I will actually be right back.
Saddle that,
Keep talking though if you want.
Okay.
it's a saddle that can't be like keeps the rider on it. It's a interesting
Interesting mount type thing.
interesting experimentation, I would say.
Well, it seems like a lot of people, whenever we were in combat with each other, they seem to favor attacking men due to the speediness of how we ran around the battlefield. And so their answers will either try to separate us or to try to just attack him straight out. And so this saddle I had learned about. The saddle will help him in combat. So I do appreciate it. It'll help immensely.
We call you Captain Zack now? Is that what we're...
Oh, no. You don't have to call me Captain. Just
Okay.
Captain will be fine. I'm just kidding. Yeah, that whole scenario was fun. Yeah, I don't really feel like I'm trained enough to be one for the crew, but at the time and the moment that it occurred, Gadwin felt that since I was the one able to kind of stop the beast that was attacking, he temporarily promoted me. But like I said, he's very headstrong, if you remember, so he refuses to just have me give it back to him.
I'm surprised he got injured at all.
Well, the beast we fought was quite powerful. I mean, honestly, I thought it was actually going to die as well, but thankfully I was able to pull through, get some inspirational, moments, and was able to take it down. So
How's the rest of this crew doing?
yeah, they're doing fine. The obviously the one that seems to connect with me the most, just because he's the most loud one of the bunch, is definitely Auric. From you remember, Elowen is still just as talkative and sings nonstop, even though she can't. God bless her. Varys is still doing pretty good. He's trying to perfect his bowmanship. So, but no, everyone's doing pretty well. We've had quite a good crew going.
Okay.
Megan's actually going to say something. She says, "So, what kind of stuff do they get up to when they're pirating?"
You mean like just what do they do,
Yeah.
like in
Yeah.
general? Well, for the most part, so they're on the tamer side of pirate, if you want to look at it this way. As in, they used to be a lot more, plunder, pillage, that kind of thing. But really, for the most part, the quest that we kind of went on, the little job, the odd end job, that's basically what we started doing throughout the regions. And so we just got requests that traveling companions on land make it harder to accomplish. So they're all just hanging back on the Endeavor right now. So we came in for a few repairs. So unfortunately, it's not really seaworthy at the moment because of Elowen. She's the cook on board, and sadly she set a quarter of the boat on fire one night. So it happened to turn out really nice that we had the sending stone that come back. So
Well, yeah, that works. Okay.
And Dowroc will go to Lloyd and be like, "Oh, I just remembered. I got something for you also. It's not something you requested, but it's something you would like. I think you would like nonetheless." And Dowroc will take out a small box, like a kind of almost like a medium-sized box, and it's full of like 6 flasks of oil.
he just kind of picks one up a little bit and he says, "What are these for?"
Uncork it and give it a little smell.
He like pops it and takes a sniff, and he's just like, "You
Kinda
do
smell.
realize?" Well, go ahead.
It kind of smells like what? I'm not sure if it's like pretty much I'm assuming it's the same trap that Johan Push had, like the same smell.
Yeah.
That's flammable.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know what kind of trap he set, but we didn't see it. But
It's fire bait, is what you're saying. Basically,
it's a flat oil flask.
yeah. So I can potentially chuck it at somebody and then catch it all on fire. Just enhance firing, that fun. He is that a real item or is that just something you had made?
It's a real item.
Yeah, okay.
Definitely feels like we should be letting Lloyd set more fires.
Lloyd will kind of thank you. And he just kind of puts it away. But you're getting there. You're getting there. Breaking down that wall.
Had to happen eventually.
Mhm.
Even diamond walls break if you punch them for long enough.
Yep.
All right. So, anything else? Anything else we need to go over?
That's it. That's
All right.
for me.
Yep, we're good.
All right. So as you near the center of town, you're on the street with like several other smaller streets shooting off of it. As you can see the town center ahead of you. A man approaches you, and Dowroc, you will recognize him as one of the missionaries that you saw coming into town. He greets you politely, and he says, I've seen you around town asking about some books. Is that correct?
Insight check. Terrible insight.
He seems to be sincerely asking. He nothing really appears to be up with him.
I'm just nervous about he knows that we're looking for books. I don't know, I guess like during those hours. Heck yeah, we are looking for some old children's books. Well, my niece, my daughter here is really, I'm trying to teach her about the old history.
Well, then I think I might be able to help you. My group, we are a band of traveling all faiths missionaries, and one of the things that we do is we look to preserve the histories and actually carry some books with us everywhere we go. We have been volunteering at the Hall of the Dead in town, and we've been staying there. If you come with me, you can go through what we have, and maybe you can find what you're looking for.
Well, I appreciate what you're doing, the Hall of the Dead, and I'm sure the Raven Queen appreciates it too. I'll be more than happy to follow you.
Is everybody else cool with this too? Who all is with you, by the way? Are you all here?
Zach's with him as well. Lloyd is just going to kind of stay behind, so Zach will go with Dowroc.
All right, Megan will tag along. Is Bryn here?
Yeah.
All right, is she coming or is she staying with, I guess, Lloyd?
Seems fun.
Okay, cool. All right, so he leads you down one of the side streets.
Uh-oh.
But you can see like the towers of one of the local chapels, kind of over the roofs of the buildings. So like it seems like he's leading you in the right direction. But as you get closer, he turns, kind of motions you along, and you can see as he kind of gets ahead of you a little bit, he does turn back in the right direction.
Like I've been to the church here, so I know where the Hall of the Dead is. Mm-hmm. So he turns abruptly. It
seems like maybe he's going a more roundabout way, but it does seem like he is still heading in the right direction.
Okay.
We still following him, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll follow him. Just be more aware of our surroundings.
All right. As you continue to follow, he does weave a little bit more, but again stays going in the same general direction. And you do come to kind of a back streets area. You're just a stone's throw away from the Hall of the Dead, but most of the buildings in this area are businesses that don't have like a residence inside them, so the place is clear of people. And let's say Zack, roll perception.
16.
You have an odd feeling about you as you come to this area here.
Oh, it's a map.
Yes, it is.
Oh, no.
You come to kind of the like just past the intersection, like at the north side of the map.
Oh, that's like nice, like quality. That's a nice map.
Something that feels off about the place. You feel strangely compelled to attempt to detect the presence of undead.
Alright, I will cast Divine Sense and see if I sense the presence of undead. In 60 feet.
You don't detect anything that close, but at the very edges of your senses, kind of coming from the very edge of your senses, you pick up kind of a phantom smell of rot from every direction. And as you kind of hesitate to do this, your guide slips around a corner and disappears.
Of course you did. Dowroc, what the heck, man?
Dowroc curses in Dwarfish, complaining about him giving him his group 17 gold.
Alright, it is, right now in World, it's late fall. So as the sun starts to go down, it's a bit, there's a bit of a chill in the air. A bit of fog clings to the streets. And as soon as Zack indicates that there is danger, when you kind of pause to take in your surroundings, you can hear moaning coming out of the fog.
Oh no.
And hold on, where are you, Todd? Do you exist? Are you dead?
Todd, no.
And so, looking around, really taking in your surroundings, you notice figures shambling out of the fog. You can switch over to the map now.
Good.
Hello everyone.
And
Why? Jesus.
And no, go away, stupid thing. Go ahead and roll initiative.